Bobby Kennedy, RFK, Trump's pick for U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Let's learn a little bit more about him. What is he saying about these different races? Does he eat dogs? Did he have something to do with his second wife passing away? Stay tuned. We'll cover all of this and more. Number 10. He killed a bear in New York, but that's not the weirdest part. He decided to put the dead bear in a park and staged it as if a bicycle hit it and killed the bear. That's still not the weirdest part. He did it because he originally killed the bear for its meat, but when he realized he did not have time to go home, he had to go to the airport, he decided, let's stage this killing. But the best part is, he was sober when he did it. His friends were drinking, but apparently he was not drinking, yet still thought this was a great idea.
And so I thought, I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. And I said, I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people.
Well, that's weird. Is it funny, though? Let me know. I'm not really sure. Speaking of animals, number 9.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the...
So what does this look like to you? A dog, maybe?
I am a very adventurous eater. I'll eat virtually anything. There's 2 things I wouldn't eat. Well, 3. I wouldn't eat a human. I wouldn't eat a monkey. And I wouldn't eat a dog. It is a goat.
Well, that's good at least. Would you eat a dog? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully the answer is no. Well, speaking of eating... Hey, it's Patrick Mahomes with number 8. RFK claimed on a trip to Africa he got brain-eating worms. Apparently a doctor told him he got a worm or parasite in his brain and it had eaten part of his brain. The impact, though, short term, or so he says. Strangely enough, he at one point claimed the following.
According to the New York Times, Kennedy testified in a 2012 deposition that he experienced memory loss at the time, saying, I have cognitive problems, clearly. Kennedy said one of the doctors said it could have been caused by a worm that got into my brain and ate a portion of it and then died.
He wrote on X that he'd offered to eat 5 more brain worms and still beat President Trump and President Biden in a debate.
How many worms would you need to eat before debating Trump? Also, I got worms coming after my brain, so like and subscribe. Also boost, otherwise they're going to eat my whole brain. They already ate like half it, I think. I don't know. Switching gears a little bit to some things that RFK is traditionally more well known for. Number 7. RFK is anti-vax. Wait, no, he's not anti-vax. He just hates all vaccines, but he's not anti-vax.
There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective.
Also, what were these comments about Jewish people and African Americans? They are related to COVID, but we'll come back to that at the end of the show. You'll have to stick around for that. Numbers. No, wait, nope. There's a little bit more. Let's check this out.
I don't think there's any scientific question that vaccines cause autism if you actually read the science.
There you have it. RFK, not anti-vax. Number 6. While we're on the topic of things that RFK will be in control of, we'll dig into medication. Let's take a step back on this one, though. Bobby says that there are all these bad chemicals in our food. It's harmful, it's making us fat and dumb, and it's causing ADHD as well as depression. So he has a solution.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to start these farms, essentially, with organic farms, where people grow healthy food. They live and it's based upon something that I saw. A relative of mine went to a place in Italy called San Padrignano, which is a community where they reparent you and teach you how to be part of a community. You just have to make a long-term commitment. You have to commit to 4 years. It's like college.
Great.
There's no cell phone. There's no screens.
What? Come on, Bobby. We were starting to gel. We were on the same wavelength. You kind of lost me a little bit there. All of you out there, yeah, you listening to this right now, would you go to a wellness camp? Anyway, he also has an issue with antidepressants. Speaking of, he unfortunately has some experience with that. Number 5. Extremely sad moment. I don't want to make light of this, but we have some crazy stuff to cover. His second wife had some mental illness. She had depression and drank a lot. RFK got the kids as part of the divorce they were working on. The thing is, though, they never actually got that divorce. Tragically, She ended her own life. Did RFK have anything to do with that? Grimy number 4. So Bobby had a hidden diary of the 37, yes, 37 affairs that he had while he was married to Mary. I guess these were to feed his insatiable need for women. What's more tragic, Mary found the diary. She broke the code that he had on it. I'm sure that didn't help with her depression. So what would you do if you found a sex diary of your spouse? Would you stick around? In addition to all of this, RFK started dating actor Cheryl Hines before his divorce with Mary would have been final. So, did RFK have something to do with her death? Number 3. Let's lighten up the mood a little bit. Let's talk about some of his crazy theories. So we got the 5G causes cancer. RFK also felt the need in more recent times to throw out his take on 9/11. He's not going to take sides, I guess. I don't know. He also wants fluoride out of water. That might be kind of the least crazy of all his thoughts. That actually might be a good idea. I don't really know.
I think fluoride is on the way out because of that court decision. I think the faster that it goes out, the better. It's lowering IQ in our children. I'm not going to compel anybody to take it out, but I'm going to advise the water districts.
But while we're talking about crazy theories, let's get to number 2. Number 2. What happened to his family?
I love them. They're a fun couple. It's a fun sitcom where she's like a fun, bubbly, sunny person, and the CIA killed his whole family. and it's just like a fun, and it's like hilarity ensues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't murder his whole family. Maybe just his dad and uncle. I don't know. Who knows? All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. What in the world did he say?
COVID-19, there's an argument that it is ethnically targeted. COVID-19 attacks certain races disproportionately. The races that are most immune to COVID-19 are because of the structure of the genetic structure of genetic differentials among different races of the receptors of the ACE2 receptor. COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese. But we don't know whether it was deliberately targeted that or not. But there are papers out there that show the racial and ethnic differential impact to that. We do know that the Chinese are spending hundreds of millions of dollars developing ethnic bioweapons, and we are developing ethnic bioweapons. That's what.
All right, that's a interesting thought. Well, anyway, thanks to Trump and many others, we had a vaccine. Oh, don't say that too loud. We don't want to summon RFK like Beetlejuice. Instead of saying that word, click on one of these two.